The new republic that you're talking about. Everybody's wanting to know what this new republic is all about.
Sure. I don't think you have enough time for the second question, but I'll touch on some key elements
Summarize,
of the new republic. In terms of a new republic, and I know we're out of time, every iteration of Guyana since independence has not enjoyed a support of the broad cross-section of the country. Even our name, the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, there are significant segments of this country that object to the use of the word cooperative or have a negative view of cooperative. Every era, whether we were talking about self-sufficiency with food, clothes, and house ourselves, whether we were talking about other development, whether we were talking about new human order, everything has always been politically partisan. We have always admitted from independence that we are ethnically divided, and we were ethnically divided long before independence. And one of the ways in which we can begin to address what is an obvious fact, whether we like it or not, our division, is that we need to put in place structures, national aspirations in a republican environment. And when I say republican, I mean in a republic. We cannot have a monarch. And effectively right now we have a monarch because you have one person that says a project can happen, it can happen, and the rest of the kingdom follows that. We need to build a true and new republic in which, first of all, its political systems result in the identification of a government that is representative of at least 60% of the population. That way, in our divided selves, we are forced by nature of wanting to attain political office to meet the demands of several sectors of the community and not just our own. So like Suriname, the president should be identified by 60% of the National Assembly. But more importantly than that, the national goals, the national aspirations, lofty as they are, one people, one nation, one destiny, have to have as part of it economic equality. Not just one people, one nation, one destiny, but some of our people in poverty and some are not. So the economic aspect of our aspirations as a country have to reflect the fact that all of its people not only can aspire, but are provided with fair, protected opportunities for economic equality, or at least at the minimum, equal opportunity. The new republic must, in terms of the protection of women and children, provide special circumstances and institutions that will allow them to come from positions of disadvantage where they are now to positions of parity. So the women, from an economic point of view, must be funded and have access to funding that will allow them to control as much of the economy as their male counterparts. And it's not just by providing a level playing field. We have to acknowledge their historic disadvantages and provide them with the support. And that applies across the board to every disadvantaged group. So the youth, if the youth are genuinely going to be able to participate in the future of this country, they must be given the tools, the economic resources, and the removal of those obstacles that will allow somebody who may come from humble circumstances, but is particularly talented, to have the same ability to build and develop his business as somebody who has rich parents. He or she must not be at a disadvantage, and the state must provide that support responsibly.